What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG's back, and it is time for the FA Cup preview. It is time to talk a little bit about Leeds United and their promotion prospects. And listen, this could come back to bite me. It may do, but I feel very, very confident. And I'm going to go into some reasons why. Also going to get into the whole Frank Lampard stuff in this video too. So please stay tuned, like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, drop your comments and score predictions for the Millwall game on Saturday. Thank you to Mike, who's become a new member of the channel, and big up to all existing members. Thank you so much for that support. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. So going into it, off the back of yesterday's result against Coventry, great result. Should have been more. I think everyone can agree with that. But the most important thing is we got 3 points on the board. And there's just so much that I just feel confident with. I know a few of you are a bit skeptical after the transfer window shut in, and maybe with the preferred lineup I'm going to put in, it will probably show that we do have a couple of areas that we could have strengthened. But overall, when it comes to the rest of the league games, 15 left, I've got to say, I think we're finishing top two. I just feel it in my waters. I feel confident. Even with Daniel Farke today in the press conference, he seems very relaxed. And there's a lot of things going in our favor, not just on the pitch in terms of the eye test, but numbers wise as well. And one of those here, I mean, this is some stat, by the way. Leeds have created 98 big chances this season, the same amount as Sheffield United and Burnley combined. I mean, those are literally two of our direct rivals, and we're just way above. And it shows as well with the goal column that we've got in terms of our goals scored. It's an amazing stat. Just a few others, just going to ring off. I'll get into Mano in a bit. You know, Joe Roden, you know, just again, brick wall at the back. He's now made an impressive 68 consecutive starts for Leeds in the Championship, and we've kept 34 clean sheets in that time, 50%. No coincidence there with Joe. What else is there here? Gruev, like I said as well yesterday on the match reaction, Gruev, I know a few of you would like not digging him out, but just saying he slows things down. That may be true, but I told you with the eyes what I saw, and the numbers back it up. It was all about his defensive work. As you can see there, I'm not going to read all of them, but 10 defensive actions, 8 ball recoveries, 6 duels won, 4 out of 5 tackles won. That's what he's there to do, people. He's there to extinguish the fires, and he does that. You know, he does his job very well. What else was there? Jaden Bogle. I'm going to get into Bogle in just a second. People think, hey, shouldn't he have these on separate pages? I should, but I don't. All right, I don't at this point, because there's LUFC Day was just racking them off today. So if you want to see them in detail, go to his page. Joel Peru is on fire. You know, 13 goals, 5 assists. Let's go, Joel. Melier got his props too. There was one other one here, Manor Solomon. Not only just a menace in terms of, you know, the numbers that you see there in terms of goals, 3 assisted, 4 in 8 appearances for Leeds in 2025, which is great. He's also doing the stuff, the ugly stuff of the game. He's won more possession in the final third more frequently per 90 than any other championship player this campaign, 1.8, you know, all that stuff. The point is he's putting in an absolutely solid two-way game. And Manor Solomon, for me, is one of those undroppables, although I have dropped him for this weekend for obvious reasons. And just on Jaden Bogle, because somebody yesterday said about Jaden in terms of, yeah, he's great going forward, but not so good defensively. And I know what my eyes have seen with him, and I know it was tricky for him at the start of the season, but I think he's been absolutely fine for us going both ways. And you know, the data here, Jaden Bogle has won 171 total duels in the championship this season, 36 than any other Leeds player. He's also won 74 tackles in the championship this campaign, 6 more than any other Leeds player. And that's what I expected, you know, the numbers to back up what my eyes have seen. And at this level, championship, I think he's been absolutely brilliant for us. I think barring the first few games, maybe the first month of the season where he's just getting off those horrible Sheffield United cobwebs, he has been absolutely fantastic for us. And what an absolutely bargain buy. You know what? And when we go up, I will happily give Sheffield United well, not me personally, but Leeds United will happily give Sheffield United 2 more million to say, thank you very much for this, because he's been absolutely key to this team. And one of the funny things from yesterday was Frank Lampard. Got into it with the Leeds fans, and shout out to a couple of away fans that let me know exactly what those things were in terms of the gestures made, you know, hand signals and 4-2 in regards to, you know, his Derby County beating us in the semi-final of the playoffs. You know, it's quite funny. You thought Chris Wilder was probably our biggest hater. He hasn't got nothing on Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard absolutely despises Leeds United, and even yesterday in the post match. And if you want to put yourself through it, go and watch it. I watched it just to see what he would say, and he was giving Leeds United credit, but it was with the most gritted teeth that you've ever seen. Like he literally hates Leeds United, and I said this in the preview. That was something we're going to have to look out for, and obviously it didn't come to anything in the end, but as he said in previous podcast recordings, on whether it be overlap or wherever else he's talked, he does get pleasure out of beating Leeds United, and it was pretty evident with the way he lost. He wasn't that happy with that result, and the whole back and forth with the Leeds fans. I mean, obviously, I always say if fans give it, managers, players should always be able to give it back without fans getting sensitive. But I'm thinking of a Frank Lampard level of everything he's achieved in the game. Surely he should be bigger than, rising to the bait of Leeds United fans. Guess not. I guess not. But yeah, good result yesterday, and Coventry have to restart their run again, and good luck to them. I guess maybe not. I don't know. But in the press conference today, Danny Farke didn't really say too much. It was a very upbeat press conference, very relaxed press conference in terms of that. Just asked about his name being sung by the away fans yesterday and how much he appreciates it, but he put all the onus and praise onto the players, and that's what he did a lot today. Just saying this is all on the players, etc., etc. There really wasn't much to the press conference today, and that's okay. Not every press conference needs a sound bite. He did say that we are likely to rotate more than one or two positions. Rhythm may be affected by so many, but under these circumstances, against a good side, we want to go through, and we absolutely want to go through. The only player not in team training is Patrick. That's the first step for him next week, hopefully. It depends on the final stage of his rehab. Whatever to that for me. I don't care. We got Joel Peru just cooking. All right. He's cooking right now. But in terms of the game on the weekend, I do think we can make quite a few changes and still keep a rhythm. Because what we are swapping, we're going to be swapping our main championship team for hungry players on the bench that want to prove themselves. And that's why I always say when people just say, go out the cup, the same people that will probably say, just go out the cup we're going to have to lose that game. And then they'll be saying that these players have just shown they're clearly not good enough to start in the league. And that's why they only played the cup game that they've lost in. For me, I think you just keep the rhythm of just winning games. Just keep winning as much as you can. And like I say, if you do end up going up against a juggernaut from the Premier League, it's a good way to test out some of your best players against those teams in a one-off game. I think that there's advantages to that. And I don't want to upset our rhythm. We've kept like 6 clean sheets in a row. I think it is 6. It could be 7. I'm going to go with 6 though. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the good feeling going. Let's go through to the next round and see what we end up with. It could be a home game against a good Premier League side, which I'm sure the fans would absolutely love. So for this game, and it's going to be very dependent on fitness. The lineup. I don't think it's going to be this. He was asked about DeBio. He did say DeBio could be an option, but I don't think so. I think we might see Gilavogi back in central defense again. I did think Strout might make this game for a start. I think, and if he is capable of starting the game, then please do so. Otherwise, I would put Max Verber at the back there if his knee is okay to go. I would like to see Schmidt and Byron play again, but I would like it to be Schmidt on the left and Byron on the right, because in the previous game in the Cup, he put Schmidt on the right and Byron on the left. And maybe that's just because Byron does have first preference when it comes to being in the team. And we know that when Byron plays, he does play on the left-hand side. But I would like to see Schmidt given a go on his natural side, or his preferred side, I should say, at left back and Byron on the right, and see how we go with that. And if it doesn't work, swap them over. Football's fluid. In the middle, I would go with Rothwell coming back in for this game, along with Gruev. If Gruev is able to start again, I would give him another start. And with Gruev next to Rothwell, that gives Rothwell a little bit more license to roam going forward. Now, this is where we are a little light. And I think it was pretty obvious with the 10. I would give Solomon and James a rest in this one. I think that if we need to bring them on at any point in the second half, then do so. But I would start with Ramazani on the left, Nonto on the right, and Brendan Aronson. I think Brendan Aronson might be good to go again in the 10. If you've got any other suggestions, please let me know. But someone from the first team in terms of the first front four is going to have to play, just due to us not getting that 10 in. But Brendan Aronson's fitness is good, and I think he'd probably want to make up for his performance. Look, you know, it's not like, you know, we still won the game, but I feel like his performance in particular, he'll probably want to get back on the score sheet and make amends. So I would put Brendan in the 10 and keep him in for this one, even with Watford coming up on Tuesday. And up front, even though I'd like to see Joel Peru keep cooking, I'm going to give Mateo this start home game against Millwall. I think it would be great for him to get a start under his belt, keep his form up. He got a goal in the game previous to the last one, even though he only got 5 minutes. But yeah, play him in the cup. And if we do need Joel Peru at any point, then of course we've got the option of bringing him on. You know what I mean? Either way, people, the bench is going to be strong. But let me know what changes you would make. I'm sure that there's going to be differences to this lineup. I'm pretty certain of it. So let me know in the comments. And score predictions, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Leeds United. I think we get the job done. I think we go through to the next round, taking our momentum into Tuesday's game against Watford, which I think is vitally important as we continue on in our league campaign. So, people, that is the video. That is the preview. Let me know your score predictions. Let me know the team that you would play if everyone that we know is fit. And anything else I've discussed in the video, let me know your thoughts on it. And guys, I'll see you after the game against Millwall. Peace out.